Hello and welcome to the Long Beachin with Mo show. This evening I am going to be someone else's co-host. Welcome to the island of Minaret Guitars and their artists. And taking over the show for me this evening is Zachary. Go ahead, Zachary.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be here, Mo. And it's always fun on and off the set here. We've got a really good duet here. We have Coleman and Davison, or Davison Coleman, I should say.
Right here.
And so, what everybody wants to know is, how do you work that Davison Coleman magic?
Oh, okay. Well, I think it starts with Cole's laoud, which is a really amazing instrument, which you'll get to hear in a few minutes. And we've been playing together for actually a really long time. And we kind of shift directions when I heard just that sound of the instrument. We started writing around that, and it just really turned into something that we feel is kind of a magical blend of something kind of different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So who does the writing then? I mean, the lyrics and the music together, is it separate? Is it...
Well, you know, as most musicians know, you pretty much do it any which way that you can. You know, it's any which way feels natural. You know, on that particular album, Forward Motion, it's really, some of the songs were originally put together musically first. Sometimes it's a lyrical idea that Lynn, came up with. But because, as the album progressed, like Lynn said, it ended up being very centered on the sound of the laoud. So, it pretty much began to center around musical arrangements that I was coming up with. But I would always keep in mind that when working on a musical arrangement, it may change. Lyrics may cause things to change, a piece of music. So I made sure that as I was putting together arrangements, I would show them pretty early on to Lynn as well, to make sure she was on the same page with me, as far as the song structure would go. She definitely is the lyricist, if you're looking for that.
Okay.
Yeah. I may have a few words here and there that I put in, a few lines, but she's the one that's able to communicate it.
Okay. So you two are like the new dynamic duo. And one of your songs charted in the top 10, right? Didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it made it to the top 10.
Moonshadow, which was actually an old Cat Stevens song. It's the one cover we actually did on the record, and it just lended itself really well to this sound. So we decided to do our own production of it with the laoud, and then we had a lot of vocals and kind of, gave it a little bit of a different flavor. And it did really well. And we did a small market campaign, and it was a national campaign, kind of outside the major cities. And we hit number 6 at some point. It was on the charts for 11, 12 weeks. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, so you said number 10, number 6, so it's going up. That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it made it to the top 10 first, yeah, and then a lot of press, at that point, press began to happen.
Yeah.
And so it leaped to the number 8 spot, so a lot of people think of it as number 8, but it really topped out at number 6, was its highest position. And that's on the national U.S. AC chart, adult contemporary chart.
Okay. And then, from then, I think something else happened. You guys got a little bit more recognition when you and Davison Coleman appeared on the Grammy ballot.
Well, that was a really nice surprise.
For a Grammy.
Well, we were on the ballot with lots of artists that were being considered for nomination. So that was, a really big honor to be even on the list with all these great people, and it was exciting.
Very, very exciting moment, no doubt.
How long have you been together?
11 years.
All right.
Playing in various different situations.
And you just opened up the segment here with a song, with the electric set, and you're going to do acoustic this evening, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it may be important to say that, for this album, it's a specialty album, kind of a one-of-a-kind style. We're actually rock musicians, and Lynn has a very varied background in music, and so do I. And mainly, we wanted to do an acoustic album, and so we set about, the first step of it was, we didn't really want to do just a typical singer-songwriter album or sound like everyone else. So, that's when I turned to the laoud as, I got this funny little instrument that's been sitting around my house for years, and I've always wanted to use it. And so I picked it up, started fidgeting with it, and started to come up with arrangements.
Great. We're going to hear it this evening, right?
Let's get to it.
So we may as well do it now. And thank you so much for coming in to the Long Beachin with Mo show.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll
nice
stand by and...
All right, we'll be back with Davison Coleman.
You can return my stuff.
shoulder, where the chill in the air is not cold, and children playing a game of tin soldier, wishing time would come and make them older. Here I sit and ponder days gone by, like a movie still unfolding, a one that we can never rewind. You and I and all the world learn to live as time unfurls. You and I and all the buzzer sounds and it's 6 in the morning. All I want to do is stay in my bed. I've got a little too much weight on my shoulders. Yeah, it's hard sometimes now that I'm older. I remember things were simpler then, but a boy